I was thinking today, I have this friend who talks about balance a lot. We can call this friend Colette. And Colette likes to talk a lot about balance in life and what we need to do to maintain happiness. And one of the things that came to mind today was I'm always giving you stuff to do after your workout to maintain a healthy body. But what about the stuff that you need to do before? So people like the runners, they need something to kind of open up their hips and stuff before a run. So little quick, just a few minutes here to get you a little bit more open before you do your running or biking and just create some mobility in your body. So I'm gonna start on my knees, and I'm gonna start with what we call a double quadricep release. And this one can be a little bit challenging, but more moving into that sort of bridge position, opening up through the front of your hips, squeezing through the base of your seat, maybe your fingertips come down to the floor, and then just pausing here for a moment to find some length in your body. And if you can't get your hands to the floor, that's okay. Don't put them down there. Remember, you're just starting, you haven't done anything yet. So that's sort of the purpose of this video, is we haven't done our movement and our mobility. So kind of thinking through it from that perspective. Fingertips in, and then as you hold on to this, maybe come down a little bit further, maybe to your elbows. And again, remember, we all kind of know I'm a little bit more bendy. So I have the mobility, and do me a favor and try and keep your bottom off of your heels. Guys are going to have a really hard time with this because they don't have that space in the front of their body. Hold it for 5, hold it for 4, hold it for 3, hold it for 2, and 1. All right, come back up. And then just working the shoulder mobility, because that's kind of important when you're doing all this body stability. So I'm just gonna slide one arm underneath, let my ear fall. That feels so good to stretch out the neck and the shoulders. Letting that upper back open, finding a bit of a rotation through the vertebrae, squaring your hips. And then to the other side. So just really breathing through this. Getting a little bit of space in your body. Inhale and exhale. And from here, I'm just going to move into a high plank position. Hands underneath your shoulders. If you need to walk your knees back, go ahead and walk your knees back, or tuck your toes under and lift your thighs. Roll your shoulder blades down your back, lift your armpits, nice long spine. And then I'm going to start bending and flexing through my ankles. Okay? So I'm going to shift forward, pointing my toes, and then press back through the heels. So just a few times here, feeling like I'm sliding along a table that's right above me, just really static in my core, getting those muscles to pull in and up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to lift my right leg up off the floor, step it to the outside of my right foot. Keep my left hand planted and roll up and through. You can let that left or that right leg kind of open up, finding that there. Try not to power through that elbow joint. You want to keep lifted and rotating, reaching up towards the ceiling. Breathe into this, breathe out of it. Come back in, bring that knee back in towards your center. Tap your back knee down into the floor and just squeeze through your seat. This might be it. This is now that hip flexor, that left hip flexor is opening. Try and tug your left toe mound into your right heel. So feel those two spaces kind of pulling in towards each other. Lift up and now engage through the left seat and open up and over psoas stretch. This is a terrible angle, but you kind of get the idea. Ribs back, waist back, belly back. Inhale. Really feeling that side body open. Exhale, pressing through into the inside of your right inner thigh. Finding those thighs hugging in. And then come back through and down. Hands to the floor, press through, step back. Right foot is back. Again, shifting forward and back through the ankle joints. Getting them to start to move a little. Bring the left leg up. Step it to the outside of your left hand. Right palm presses down, lift through the right thigh, and then rotate open. Find that lift to your armpit. Maybe your left thigh falls open a little bit more, And if you need a little help, just tap that right knee down, no big deal. Lift up, rotate open, pulling in through the rib cage, looking up towards the ceiling, stretching out the muscles through your cervical spine, or the muscles through your neck, lining your cervical spine. There we go, that sounds better. Hold it for 4, hold it for 3, hold it for 2, and 1. Bring that back knee down into the floor. Now again, you want to squeeze through the base of the seat. You want to pull back with your left heel and forward with your right, so you find that sort of counter feeling in your body. Lift up. We're going to stretch out through the right side. So reach up and over, ribs back, waist back, abdominals in tight. Big long side body stretch. Reaching away from your center, dropping your shoulder blade, really engaging through the superficial layer of muscle to try and access the deeper layer of muscle. Pull in and lift away. Hands down, push into the floor, slide your left foot back, hips up, downward facing dog. Lift and lower your heels. I'm just going to move a little bit first so you can see my heels. Pull and press. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the heels down as much as you can. Bend softly through your knees. Scoop your bottom up towards the ceiling. So really reach those sitting bones up. Press the floor away with your palms. And now press back through your heels, opening up the backs of your thighs. You should feel those calves opening up. Back of the kneecaps, the Achilles tendon, which doesn't actually stretch, but you know. Breathe into this, breathe out of it. If you need more yoga, go back over to Carrie's video. Lock yourself back in. Forward fold over your legs. Let your head go. Giving those hamstrings to open, take your hands to your shins. Push your shins forward with your palms. Push your thigh bone back behind you. And again, try and tip your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Letting everything kind of fall from the crown of your head. Getting space in your vertebrae. Sitting bones up. Feel them widening at the back of your seat. Letting your sacrum open a little. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. You're going to step out with your right leg. Feel that left inner thigh stretching. Now, I'm a little bit psycho about the alignment here. So this knee should be back over this ankle. You don't want to kind of do this compromising position where you're all here for this stretch because you're not quite warm enough yet for all that. So keep this knee over this ankle bone right here. Press through the heel and then lift the toes. Finding that left inner thigh stretch. You're flat through your mid-upper back. Gaze is down towards the floor, neck is long. And now shift over, press back through your left heel. Flip your toes up for a deeper inner thigh stretch. Pressing through your palms, lifting through your armpits, a little bit of space in your body, reaching those sitting bones back. Both toes face forward. Bend your knees, and now bump your hips up towards the sky and forward fold. Maybe your hands walk back a little bit further. Bumping those hips up again. And now you're going to toe ball heel your feet in towards each other. And roll up. One more stretch. Finding length in your calves. Let's hope this stands up okay. All right. Oh, I'm going to lose it. Sorry. Okay. Step back with your right foot. Press back down through that heel. Enjoy from it. And that stretch there. And again, you can see I'm on a wall. hold my body in place. Maybe you peel your right toes up off the floor. Step in with your right foot. Cross your left ankle over your thigh. Sit back into a chair for a left hip opener. Square your ribs, square your shoulders, lift your heart, sitting bones long. Oops. About 40 seconds left to finish this. Step back with the left foot. Press through into the wall. Roll your shoulder blades down. Get that stretch. Nice and long for your body. So give me your feedback on this because I'm about to get on the bike, so I'm hoping maybe this will give me a little bit of more power. Maybe I'll PR today. I doubt it, but it can never hurt to try, right? Step in with the left foot, cross the right ankle over your right thigh, sink back into that chair. So you notice I keep my foot flexed here, outside border, nice and sharp. Pulling back through that pinky toe, pulling back through that right hip, bending through your knee. Oops, I'm at my 10-minute mark. Step down into your feet, deep breath out, and off you go.